All right, everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Going to get into why it's been a couple of months since I put out a video, but we're going to talk about it, get into that right after this. Welcome to the Wildlife Gallery. Join your host and fellow wildlife photographer, Doug Wallace, as we go in search of wildlife and wild places doing wild things to photograph. Where have I been? What have I been doing through these dog days of summer? Before I get into that, I just want to apologize. You might hear some background noise and stuff off to the south of where I live at, beyond my barn. They're building a brand new house, so you may hear some nail guns or people talking in the background, something like that. Nothing I can control today, but I just want to put out a short video, let all of you know where I've been and what I've been doing the last couple of months since I put out the last video. And honestly, guys, I've just been surviving dog days of summer. This is the time of year I absolutely despise. Even though in my previous life, I owned a heating and air conditioning business for nearly 30 years. And that time of the year was haymaking season. And that's how I learned, how I earned a living and then was able to retire back in 2020. So, but anyways, when it gets into dog days of summer, these days I prefer just to stay in the air conditioning, and in my opinion the birds and the wildlife just aren't at their prettiest either, so that kind of demotivates me from going out. But all that laid aside, we're now, today's Tuesday, September the 3rd, so we're getting into fall time. Those dog days of summer are getting behind us here. Of course, here in Missouri, we could end up with some warmer weather at about any time. But my wife and I, we did make a scouting run out to our local wildlife area, Eagle Bluffs, yesterday morning, about mid-morning. And of all things, I didn't take the R5 or the Holy Grail wildlife lens, and I should have, because we ran into 5 swallowtail kites out there yesterday. And there were a few greater yellowlegs as well. So my plan is going to be to go back out there tomorrow morning and see if I can run into anything. They have mowed some of the banks in the area, and they're starting to flood the area as well in preparation of fall duck hunting season. So anything could start happening out there, showing up. So I'll start making some trips out there and photographing. And I'm sure here in October, me and some buddies will also make another drive down to Snake Road there in the Shawnee National Forest in southern Illinois. But before we head there, my wife and I, here in about 17 days, a little over 2 weeks, we are going to be making our annual run out to Estes Park, Rocky Mountain National Park, and then we're going to hit a few other state parks while we're out there. So the time for photography and video and all that's starting to get closer and closer, and I'm itching to get out there and start running the shutter on the OR5. Now, I've had a couple of questions from just a couple of people wanting to know if I was going to get the R5 Mark II. Guys, at this time, I'm not even looking at spending any money on a new camera body. I just got this current R5, be 2 years come October. The camera suits me well, produces great images, does great video work. So at the current time, I'm not looking to upgrade my camera body at all. If I was to purchase any new gear at the moment, I would probably be looking at like either a 100 to 300 2.8 or maybe just a 400 2.8. Now there is another lens I'm on the hiccup about, you might say, about purchasing, and that's that 35 millimeter 1.4 that has the VCM motor on it. I've seen some mixed reviews online and through YouTube there on that lens, but it does it does pique my curiosity how that lens might work. I would like a really good video-centric lens. I'm just not sure, is 35 not enough? For doing talking head stuff, it might be a little too much. So I might prefer either the 10 to 20 there to be able to get closer up anyways. But the 35 I do like, the 1.4 I do like, and I would like that probably more of a still lens. So then I keep going back, well, should I get the 24 to 70, 2.8? But I have the 24-105, so, but it is an f4. That's what I'm filming on now. So I don't know. I'm up in the air as to what lens purchase should be my next one. If y'all have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments. I would love to hear your recommendations on a really good lens. And what I'm looking for is one that I can do some video work that'll produce a great tonal range and be able to have a better stills lens that'll have a better, smoother background than what this 24 to 105 f4 does. It's a great lens. I like it, but I would like something that has a little sharper images when it comes to stills. So anyways, guys, get out there, run the shutter. The dog days of summer are just about behind us, and I, for one, am super glad. Like I said, all the birds should start migrating here anytime. We have lots of shorebirds and blue-winged, green-winged teal starting to show up. It's that time of the year for them, and then also the fall hunting seasons. And then I'll be out there videoing for the other channel as well on that end of things. So I hope you all had a great summer. If you're like me, you're wanting those days to get behind us and get to a better time of the year, or I am anyways again. So anyways, guys, thanks for tagging along with me here on the channel. It is appreciated. Get out there, enjoy wildlife photography and videography with whatever camera gear you decide to choose to do it with. That part really doesn't matter, but remember to have fun and be safe. I'm positive somebody at home would like to see you again. I'll catch you on the next.